How do I feel? Why is it like that? Right. Anyway, I think I'll just repeat what I read. What I understood. It is said there that, one should not think that all the descriptions of the Shastras are exaggerations. Like for example, when Rupa Goswami says, I want millions of mouths and millions of ears so that I can chant and hear Krishna's name, and so beautiful, so nice. So, and Prahlad Maharaj's extraordinary devotion and how he was saved by the Lord, and to us it may sound like very out of this world. And in that paragraph, it is said that it may sometimes sound like exaggerations. Let me see if I find exaggeration. I don't know. No. No. Anyway, you may feel like that it is exaggeration, but it is not exaggeration. And Prabhupada even mentions this point that even if one thinks it is exaggeration, it is essential to accept them as they are, to turn the mind away from materialistic, turn the mind from having faith in materialistic um, um, things, and turn our faith to Krishna, on Krishna.
Where is everyone?
So that is what we are, that is the Sangha, that is the meaning of Satsanga. That we have to get faith in that process. That if Prahlad Maharaj did that, yeah, I should be guided by that. Yeah, I'm not Prahlad Maharaj, I cannot do it to the extent, but I definitely can imbibe what the example is, and then I can mold my life centered on Krishna. Not that, oh, Prabhupada did that, they are all great acharya, I'm not pure devotee, I'm not there yet, so I'll behave like a rascal that I am. No, that is not proper behavior. We should mold our behavior. We should acquire those qualities. That is association. We should acquire the qualities of the devotee. So whether I'm associating rightly or not will be tested by my qualities, what the qualities I have. So by my quality, I can be judged whether I'm actually associating nicely or not. Not that whether I'm in association with devotees or whether I'm in proximity of devotees or not, but what is my attitude? What is my quality? Am I developing the qualities? So that is Sangha Varjitaha. Staying away from materialistic association, but staying in devotee association. And devotee association means we should get rid of fruitive activities and mental speculation. That means after staying in with devotees, I cannot still have fruitive mentality, I cannot still have speculative mentality. If I have that, then I'm not associating with devotees. Right? I should always be guided by Shastra, I should not speculate, I should not have fruitive results, I should always work for Krishna. So those are the qualities that will develop in a devotee. So am I developing those qualities is what matters. Okay, so anything else in this chapter? In this verse, sorry. Yahasam mameti Pandava. Krishna says, such a devotee will come back to me. So whether Krishna wants to take us back or not, of course he promises here, but we should not focus on the goal that I want to go back to Krishna. That is not within our control. We should worry about what is within our control. I can act. I can fulfill the order of my spiritual master. I can do. So what is within my control, if I do it, the result, that is up to Krishna. Don't worry about it. We should be concerned with our input, not worry about the output and not do anything about the input. What is that? That is useless worry. In fact, there is a state of entitlement which Krishna thoroughly discourages. We cannot be entitled to the spiritual world without doing any service first. So we have to associate with, what is that? Chhariya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Paiche Keba. How can we go to the spiritual world if we give up the give up the service of pure devotees? We have to serve first. So Vaishnava Seva must be there. Chhariya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Paiche Keba. Who has gone to the spiritual world without serving a pure devotee? No one. So we have to serve the pure devotee. That is within our control. We should serve, therefore. That should be our Vyavasayatmaka Buddhi Ekeha Gurunandana. Then our life will be successful. It's all right. I'll stop it here. Any questions or comments? Is Krishna and Bhagavad Gita mentioned in the Vedas, or is it entirely based on Puranas, Adhan, Smriti texts only? Krishna is mentioned in Gopal Tapani Upanishad and Rigveda, Vishnu. See, don't discriminate between Shruti and Smriti literature. This is a wrong philosophy that Hindus were taught by some of the acharyas, especially Shankaracharya's followers. As if Shruti is more important, Smriti is not important. In fact, it is said that Smritis are even more important than Shruti. But even Shruti and Smriti, both Krishna is there. But don't try to separate the two as if one is more important than the no. Smritis are even more important because what Shrutis do not say explicitly, Smritis will say unabashedly. And that is explained in the Tattva Sandarbha very nicely by Jiva Goswami.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Gnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Chalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapatakamalам Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Shrinvatam Svakata Krishna Punyashravana Kirtana Rityandastoya Bhadrani Vitunati Suhrit Satam Nashtaprayesva Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktirbhavati Naistiki. Before reciting this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Bhagavatam 124. Sri Krishna, the person of Godhead, who is the Paramatma Supersoul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service under the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, Hare Krishna, Sridhar Krishna Prabhu, Tanal Pram Jai Śrīla
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna, Swami Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
You want to read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read.
Oh, thank you so much,
From
Prabhu.
which
Yeah,
chapter, which
4:4:22.
4:4:22. Okay. Naitena dehena hare kritagasho. Naitena dehena hare kritagasho. Dehodbhavena nam anam kujanmana. Vrida mama bhut kujana prashankatash. Tatyanmatidyo mahatam avadhyakrit. Sorry, Prabhu, I think there's a different tune for this. Na, not. Etena, by this. Dehena, by the body. Hare, to Lord Shiva. Krita agashaha, having committed offenses. Deha udbhavena, produced from your body. Alam, enough. Kujanmana, with a contemptible birth. Brida, shame. Mama, my. Abhut, was. Kujana prasankataha, from a relationship with a bad person. Tat janma, that birth. Dik, shameful. Yaha, who. Mahatam, of the great personalities. Avadyakrit, an offender. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Iti Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. You are an offender at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva, and unfortunately, I have a body produced from yours. I am very much ashamed of our bodily relationship, and I condemn myself because my body is contaminated by a relationship with a person who is an offender at the lotus feet of the greatest personality. Purport. Lord Shiva is the greatest of all devotees of Lord Vishnu. It is stated, Vaishnavanam Yata Sambhu. Sambhu, Lord Shiva, is the greatest of all devotees of Lord Vishnu. In the previous verses, Sati has described that Lord Shiva is always in a transcendental position because he is situated in pure Vasudeva. Vasudeva is a state from which Krishna Vasudeva is born. So, Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna. And Sati's behavior is exemplary because no one should tolerate blasphemy against Lord Vishnu or his devotee. Sati is aggrieved not for her personal association with Lord Shiva, but because her body is related with that of Daksha, who is an offender at Lord Shiva's lotus feet. She feels herself to be condemned because of the body given by her father, Daksha. Text 23. Gotram Kadiyam Bhagavan Vrishadvajo Dakshayaniti Aha Yada Sudur Manaha Vyapeta Narmaslitam Asu Tada Ham Vyutraksya Etat Kunapam Vad Angajam Gotram, family relationship. Tadiyam, your. Bhagavan, the possessor of all opulences. Prishadvajaha, Lord Shiva. Dakshayani, the daughter of Daksha. Iti, thus, aha, calls. Yada, when. Sudur Manaha, the very morose. Vipete, disappear. Narmasmitam, my jolliness and smile. Asu, immediately. Tada, then. Aham, I. Vyutrakshiye, I shall give up. Etat, this body. Kunapam, dead body. But Angajam, produced from your body. Translation: because of our family relationship, when Lord Shiva addresses me as Dakshayani, I at once become morose, and my jolliness and my smile at once disappear. I feel very much sorry that my body, which is just like a bag, has been produced by you, and I shall therefore give it up. Purport: the word Dakshayani means the daughter of King Daksha. Sometimes, when there was relaxed conversation between husband and wife, Lord Shiva used to call Sati the daughter of King Daksha. And because this very word reminded her about her family relationship with King Daksha, she at once became ashamed because Daksha is an incarnation of all offenses. Daksha is the embodiment of envy, for he unnecessarily blasphemed the great personality Lord Shiva. Simply upon hearing the word Dakshayani, she felt afflicted because of reference to the context, because her body was a symbol of all offensiveness with which Daksha was endowed. Since her body was constantly a source of unhappiness, she decided to give it up. Text 24. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Advare Daksham Anudya Satruhan Kritau Udichim Nishashada Santavak Pristva Jalam Pita Dukala Samprita Ninilya Drik Yoga Patam Sama Visat. Maitreya said, Iti, thus, Atvare, in the arena of sacrifice. Daksham, to Daksha. Anudya, speaking. Satruhan, O annihilator of enemies. Shitau, on the ground. Udichim, facing north. Nishashada, sat down. Santavak, in silence. Kristva, after touching. Jalam, water. Dukula. Pita Dukula, Samvrita, dressed in yellow garments. Nimilia, closing. Drik, with the vision. Yoga Patam, the mystic yoga process. Samavisat, became absorbed. Translation: Maitreya the sage told Vidura, or an annihilator of enemies, while thus speaking to her father in the arena of sacrifice, Sati sat down on the ground and faced north. Dressed in saffron garments, she sanctified herself with water and closed her eyes to absorb herself in the mystic yoga process. Purport: it is said that when a man desires to quit his body, he dresses in saffron garments. Therefore, it appears that Sati changed her dress, indicating that she was going to quit the body given her by Daksha. Daksha was Sati's father, so instead of killing Daksha, she decided that it would be better to destroy the part of his body which was hers. Thus, she decided to give up the body of Daksha by the yogi process. Sati was the wife of Lord Shiva, who is known as Yogeshwara, the best among all yogis, because he knows all the mystic processes of yoga. So it appeared that Sati also knew them. Either she learned yoga from her husband, or she was enlightened because she was the daughter of such a great king as Daksha. The perfection of yoga is that one can give up his body or release himself from the embodiment of material elements according to one's desire. Yogis who have attained perfection are not subject to death by natural laws. Such perfect yogis can leave the body whenever they desire. Generally, the yogi first of all becomes mature in controlling the air passing within the body, and thus bringing the soul to the top of the brain. Then, when the body bursts into flames, the yogi can go anywhere he likes. This yoga system recognizes the soul, and thus it is distinct from the so-called yoga process for controlling the cells of the body, which has been discovered in the modern age. The real yoga process accepts the transmigration of the soul from one planet to another or one body to another. And it appears from this incident that Sati wanted to transfer her soul to another body or sphere. Text 25. Kritva samana anilau jitasana sodanam uttapya cha navi chakritah sanair hirdi stapya diyo rishi sthitam Kantat Bruvor Madhyam Anindita Layat Ritva after placing Pramano in equilibrium. Anilo, the prana and apana as Jita Asana, having controlled the sitting posture. Sa Sati, Udanam, the life air. Uttapya, raising, Cha, and Nadi Chakrataha, and the circle in the navel. Tanaihi, gradually, Sthiti, in the heart. Stapya, placing, Diya, with the intelligence. Urasi, towards the pulmonary passage. Sthitam, having been placed. Kanthat, through the throat. Bruvo, of the eyebrows. Madhyam, to the middle. Aninditha, the blameless Sati. Ana yet raised. Translation. First of all, she sat in the required sitting posture, and then she carried the life air upwards and placed it in the position of equilibrium near the navel. And then she raised her life air mixed with intelligence to the heart, and then gradually raised it towards the pulmonary passage, and from there to between her eyebrows. Perfect. The yogi process is to control the air passing within the body in different places called subchakra, the 6 circles of air circulation. The air is raised from the abdomen to the navel, from the navel to the heart, from the heart to the throat, and from the throat to between the eyebrows, and from between the eyebrows to the top of the cerebrum. That is the sum and substance of practicing yoga. Before practicing the real yoga system, one has to practice the sitting postures because this helps in the breathing exercises which control the airs going upwards and downwards. This is a great technique which one has to practice to attain the highest perfection stage of yoga. But such practice is not meant for this age. No one in this age can attain the perfectional stage of such yoga, but people indulge in practicing sitting postures, which is more or less a gymnastic process. By such bodily gymnastics, one may develop good circulation and may therefore keep his body fit. But if one simply restricts oneself to that gymnastic process, one cannot attain the highest perfectional stage. The yoga process, as described in the Keshava Shruti, prescribes how one can control his living force according to his desire and transmigrate it from one body to another or from one place to another. In other words, yoga practice is not meant to keep the body fit because any transcendental process of spiritualization automatically helps one to keep the body fit. For it is the spirit soul that keeps the body always fresh. As soon as the spirit soul is out of the body, the material body immediately begins to decompose. Any spiritual process keeps the body fit without separate endeavor. But if one takes it that the ultimate aim of yoga is to maintain the body, then he is mistaken. The real perfection of yoga is elevation of the soul to a higher position or the liberation of the soul from material entanglement. Some yogis try to elevate the soul to higher planetary systems where the standard of life is different from that of this planet and where the material comforts, lifespan, and other facilities for self-realization are greater. And some yogis endeavor to elevate the soul to the spiritual world, the spiritual Vaikuntha planets. The Bhakti Yoga process directly elevates the soul to the spiritual planets, where life is eternally blissful and full of knowledge. Therefore, Bhakti Yoga is considered to be the greatest of all yoga systems. Text 26. Evam swadeham mahatam mahiyasha muhusamaropitamankamaadarat jihasati daksharusha manasvini tadaragатreshu anilagnidaranam. Evam, thus, swadeham, of her own body, mahatam, of the great saints, mahiyasha, most worshipful, muhu, again and again, samaropitam, seated, ankam on the lap, adarat, respectfully, jihasati, wishing to give up, daksha rusha, due to anger towards daksha, manaswini, voluntarily, dadara, placed gatreshu on the limbs of the body, anila agni dharanam, meditation on the fire and air. Translation. Thus, in order to give up her body, which had been so respectfully and affectionately seated on the lap of Lord Shiva, who was worshipped by great sages and saints, Sati, due to anger towards her father, began to meditate on the fiery air within the body. Purport. Lord Shiva is described herein as the best of all great souls. Although Sati's body was born of Daksha, Lord Shiva used to adore her by sitting her on his lap. This is considered a great token of respect. Thus, Sati's body was not ordinary, but still she decided to give it up because it was a source of unhappiness because of its connection with Daksha. This severe example set by Sati is to be followed. One should be extremely careful about associating with persons who are not respectful to the higher authorities. It is instructed, therefore, in the Vedic literature, that one should always be free from the association of atheists and non-devotees and should try to associate with devotees. For by the association of a devotee, one can be elevated to the platform of self-realization. This injunction is stressed in many places in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. If one wants to be liberated from the clutches of material existence, then one has to associate with great souls. And if one wants to continue one's material existential life, then one can associate with persons who are materialistic. The materialistic way of life is based on sex life. Thus, both becoming addicted to sex life and associating with persons who are addicted to sex life are condemned in the Vedic literature because such association will simply interfere with one's spiritual progress. However, association with great personalities, devotees, or great souls will elevate one to the spiritual platform. Sati Devi decided to quit the body which she had obtained from Daksha's body, and she wanted to transfer herself to another body so that she might have completely uncontaminated association with Lord Shiva. Of course, it is understood that in her next life, she would take birth as the daughter of the Himalayas, Parvati, and then she would again accept Lord Shiva as her husband. Sati and Lord Shiva are eternally related. Even after she changes her body, this relationship is never broken. Text 27. Tatasvapattuscharanabujasavam jagadguroshita chintayati nachaparam dadarsha deho hatakalmasha sati sadhyak prajatvana samadhi Tatah there, Swabartuhu of her husband, Charana Ambuja Ashavam, on the nectar of the lotus feet, Jagat Guruhu, of the supreme spiritual teacher of the universe, Chintayati, meditating, the not, Cha and Aparam, not other than the man and husband. Tadarsha saw Deha, her body, Atakalmashaha, taints of sin being destroyed. Sati, Sadhyaha soon, Prajachwala burned. Samadhita Agnina, by fire produced by meditation. Translation. Sati concentrated all her meditation on the holy lotus feet of her husband, Lord Shiva, who is the complete spiritual master of all the world. And thus, she became completely cleansed of all taints of sin and put her body in a blazing fire by the meditation on the fiery elements. Perfect. Sati at once thought of the lotus feet of her husband, Lord Shiva, who is one of the three great personalities of Godhead in charge of the management of the material world. And simply by meditating on his lotus feet, she derived great pleasure, such great pleasure, that she forgot everything in relationship with her body. This pleasure was certainly material because she gave up her body for another body that was also material. But by this example, we can appreciate the devotee's pleasure in concentrating his mind and attain an attention on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu or Krishna. There is such transcendental bliss in simply meditating on the lotus feet of the Lord that one can forget everything but the Lord's transcendental form. This is the perfection of yogic samadhi or ecstasy. In this verse, it is stated that by such meditation, she became free from all contamination. What was that contamination? the contamination was her concept of the body derived from Daksha. But she forgot that body relationship in trance. The purport is that when one becomes free from all bodily relationships within this material world and simply places himself in the position of an eternal servant of the Supreme Lord, it is to be understood that all the contamination of his material attachment has been burnt by the blazing fires of transcendental ecstasy. It is not necessary for one to manifest a blazing fire externally, for if one forgets all his bodily relationship within this material world and becomes situated in his spiritual identity, it is said that one has been freed from all material contamination by the blazing fire of yogic samadhi or ecstasy. That is the topmost perfection of yoga. If one keeps his bodily relationship within this material world and poses himself as a great yogi, he is not a bona fide yogi. In Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, second canto, it is stated, Yat Kirtanam, Yat Smaranam. Bhagavatam, canto 2.4.15. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, simply by remembering the lotus feet of Krishna, simply by offering prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one is immediately freed from material contamination, the material bodily concept, by the blazing fire of ecstasy. This effect takes place immediately without a second's delay. According to Sri Jiva Goswami, that Sati quit her body means that she gave up within her heart her relationship with Daksha. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also comments that since Sati is a superintendent deity of the external potency, when she quit her body, she did not get a spiritual body, but simply transferred from the body she had received from Daksha. Other commentators also say that she immediately transferred herself into the womb of Menaka, a fisherman. She gave up the body she had received from Daksha and immediately transferred herself to another better body. But this does not mean that she got a spiritual body. Tat Pashyatam Ke Bhuvi Chadbhutam Mahad Ha Hetu Vadaha Subhahan Ajayata Anta Priya Daivata Vasya Devi Jaha Asun Kena Sati Prakopita Tat, that Pashyatam, of those who had seen, K, in the sky, Bhuvi, on the earth, Cha, and Adbhutam, wonderful, Mahad, great, Ha ha ho, oh, Iti, thus, Vadaha, roar, Sumahan, tumultuous, Ajayata, occurred, Anta, alas, Priya, the beloved, Daivatamasya, of the most respectful demigod, Lord Shiva, Devi, Sati, Jahav, quit, Ashun, her life, Kena, by Daksha, Sati, Prakopita, angered. Translation: when Sati annihilated her body in anger, there was a tumultuous roar all over the universe. Why had Sati, the wife of the most respectful demigod, Lord Shiva, quit her body in such a manner? Purport. There was a tumultuous roaring all over the universe in the societies of the demigods of different planets because Sati was the daughter of Daksha, the greatest of all kings, and the wife of Lord Shiva, the greatest of all demigods. Why did she become so angry that she gave up her body? Since she was the daughter of a great personality and wife of great personality, she had nothing to desire. But still she gave up her body in dissatisfaction. Certainly, this was astonishing. One cannot attain complete satisfaction even if one is situated in the greatest material opulence. There was nothing Sati could not achieve either from her relationship with her father or from her relationship with the greatest of the demigods. But still, for some reason, she was dissatisfied. Therefore, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam explains that one has to achieve real satisfaction. But Yayatma samprasidati Atma. Atma, the body, mind, and soul all become completely satisfied if one develops the devotional service to the absolute truth. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti adoksaje. Adoksaja means the absolute truth. If one can develop his unflinching love for the transcendental supreme personality of Godhead, that can give complete satisfaction. Otherwise, there is no possibility of satisfaction in the material world or anywhere else. Very bold. Thank you, Prabhu. Would like to ask somebody else.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Vivek Prabhu and Siddharth Prabhu, Tandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Prabhu.
Prabhu,
Prabhu, Siddharth
Namo
Prabhu.
Bhagavate
Namo
Rabbi
Krishna,
Shri
Prabhu.
Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Who would like to continue? Vivek Prabhu or Siddharth Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Okay.
Prabhu.
Can through text 2, text 29. Aho atmayam mahad asya pasyata prajapatir yasya charam prajaha jhava astun yad vimatatma jasati manasa manasasvini manam abhishekanam abhikshanam arathi aho anantamayam neglect mahad great asya of daksha pashyata just prajapati of the prajapati yasya whom characharam all living entities praja of springs Jahu gave up soon her body, yet by whom Vimata is respected. Atmaja, he his own daughter. Sati, Manasvini, voluntarily, respect, Abhikshanam, repeatedly, Arati, deserved. Translation. It was astonishing that Daksha, who was Prajapati, the maintainer of all living entities, was so disrespectful to his own daughter Sati, who was not only chaste but was also a great soul, that she gave up her body because of his neglect. Purport. The word Atmaya is significant. Atmaya means the life of the soul. So this word indicates that although Daksha appeared to be living, actually he was a dead body. Otherwise, how could he neglect Sati, who was his own daughter? It was the duty of Daksha to look after the maintenance and comfort of all living entities because he was situated as Prajapati, the governor of all living entities. Therefore, how it is that he neglected his own daughter, who was a most exalted and chaste woman, a great soul, and who therefore deserved the most respectful treatment from her father. The death of Sati because of her being neglected by Daksha, her father, was most astonishing to all the great demigods of the universe. Go. Text 30. Soyam durmarasa durma soyam soyam durma durmasahridyo Brahma durcha loke pakritim mahatim avapyati यद् अङ्गजं स्वं विद् उद्यतं न प्रत्यस्येदन् वृत्ते अपराधः सः हि दुर्मरसा हृदय hard-hearted Brahmadruk Anvati to be a Brahmana Shiva and Loke in the world Apakritim ill fame Mahatim extensive Avapsyati ill gain Yatanga Jam the daughter of Swam own Purusha with the enemy of Lord Shiva Udyatam whom was preparing na pra, na, pat, sorry, na pratyasitat did not prevent mritye for death mritye for death apradhata because of his offenses. Translation. Therefore, Daksha, who is so hearted that he is unworthy to be a Brahmana, will gain extensive ill fame because of his offenses to his daughter, because of not having prevented her death, and because of his great envy of the Supreme Person of Godhead. Purport. Daksha is described here as most hard-hearted and therefore unqualified to be a Brahmana. Brahmana Druk is described by some commentators to mean Brahma Bandhu or friend of the Brahmanas. A person who is born in a Brahmana family but has no Brahminical qualification is called a Brahmana Bandhu. Brahmanas are generally very soft-hearted and forbearing because they have the power to control the senses and the mind. Daksha, however, was not forbearing for for the simple reason that his son-in-law, Lord Shiva, did not stand up to show him the formality of respect. He became so angry and hard-hearted that he tolerated even the death of his dearest daughter. Sati tried her best to mitigate the misunderstanding between the son-in-law and the father-in-law by coming to her father's house, even without an invitation, and it at that time Daksha should have received her, forgetting all past misunderstandings. But he was so hard-hearted that he was unworthy to be called an Aryan or Brahmana. Thus, his ill fame still continues. Daksha means expert, and he was given this name because of his ability to beget many hundreds and thousands of children. Persons who are too sexually inclined and materialistic because become so hard-hearted because of their slight loss of prestige that they can tolerate even the death of their children. Prabhu, in the sense that Prabhu, if the death happens in our family or in our home, that we will take anyway the soul will not die, something like that, Prabhu. If we take like that, it is like in hard art and or why? Oh, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, it's not. We feel compassionate for the soul also. We want the soul to go to good destination, but we don't become sad because of that the soul has went. The others become sad. That doesn't mean that they are not hearted. Of course, we also become a little bit sad. It's not that someone
Yes,
cannot
Prabhu,
become sad.
definitely.
It will happen, of course.
Definitely.
All the feelings will come, but at the end it will quickly pass. Then we will realize that because Krishna is it's in Krishna's hands wherever the soul goes. So always the next destination is the best one for that soul. So we will always know that, okay, now he is advancing. And we will also have to go soon to the next step. So now in that way we can prepare and feel compassionate for the soul that hopefully he goes to the best place and quickly to Krishna.
Okay.
Because they might be more advanced than us even. So there's someone who passes, he might be more having some few lives as than us. So if we feel sad for him, and then we have ourselves 1,000 lives left, we should feel sad for ourselves also. So yes, we are all stuck like this and should feel a little bit sad when someone passes away, or and also be happy for it that he's not dying because he's a soul.
Yes. Okay. Text 31. But in this situation, like it is different, no, Prabhu. Like after after all, he knows, and he uh, because of his pride, he is like he's in illusion. So he is
Yes,
not
Prabhu.
caring for her daughter also.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah,
Okay.
like this, we should not be like Daksha is.
Mhm. Yeah, much result. Okay.
Where, see, but he was so that he was. Yes, Prabhu. There is many parents like this who also don't care for their children at all.
Okay, bro.
Because the parents should also be like, because he's like the teacher for the child. The parent should show proper example. So if he's not forgiving when there was not even any wrongdoing, just because he didn't like his husband. So that's why he was offending. One should not be like this.
Okay. Okay. Then let's read next one. Okay. Text 31. Vadyat Vadyate evam jane satya दृष्ट्वा सुत्यागम् अद्भुतं दक्षसं तत्प्रसाद हन्तुम् उदत्तिस्तान् उद्युद्धः वदति we're talking evam those jani well the people satya of sati drishtva after seeing ashu yagam the death adbhutam wonderful daksham daksha tat prasadha the attendants of Lord Shiva hantum to kill udat udatti satan stop up stood up udyudha with uplifted weapons. Translate Translation. While people were talking among themselves about the wonderful voluntary death of Sati, the attendants who came with her raided them slaves to kill Daksha with their weapons. Purport: the attendants who came with Sati were meant to protect her from calamities, but since they were unable to protect their master's wife, they decided to die for her. And before dying, they wanted to kill Daksha. It is the duty of attendants to give protection to their master, and in the case of failure, it is their duty to die. Okay, next. Text 32. Tesham aptama Tesham aptattam vegam nishamya Bhagavan Prabhu jnanena yajusha dakshena nuna juhava juhava Tesham of them aptatam who were approaching Vegam, the impulse, Nishamya, after seeing Bhagavan, the possessor of all opulences, Bhrigu Muni, Yajna for killing the destroyers of the Yajna, Yajusha with hymns of the Yajurveda. Prabhu, okay. Dakshena Agnuva in the southern side of the sacrificial fire. Juhava offered obligations. Certainly. Translation. They came forward forcibly, but Bhrigu saw the danger and offering obligations into the southern side of the sacrificial fire, immediately uttered mantric hymns from the Yajurveda by which the destroyers of the Jan, Jan, Janik, Jan, Janik, Yajnik ethnic performances could be killed immediately. Okay, purport. Here is one example of powerful hymns in the Vedas, which when chanted could perform wonderful acts. In the present age of Kali, it is not possible to find expert mantra chanters. Therefore, all the sacrifices recommended in the Vedas are forbidden in this age. The only sacrifice recommended in this age is the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna mantra, because in this age it is not possible to accumulate the needed funds for performing
Yeah.
sacrifices, not to speak of finding expert brahmanas who can chant the mantras perfectly. Text 33. Advaryuna Uyamane Deva Utpitur Ujan Jos Deva Utpitur Ujasha Bhavo Nama Tapasa Somam Pratha Sahasrasa Advaryuna by the priest Bhrigu Shunyamani, obligations being offered, Deva, demigods, Utpithu, became manifested, Jasha, with great strength, Bhava, the Bhru. What is the Bhru? Bhru.
The tribus. Yes, Prabhu. I'm not sure what they are.
Nama, name, Tapasa, by penances, Somam, Soma, Prapat, Prapta, having achieved Sahasrasa, by the thousands.
There's something.
Translation. When Bhrigu Muni offered obligations in the fire, immediately many thousands of demigods named Bhrigu became manifested. All of them were powerful, having achieved strength from Soma, the moon. Purport. It is stated here that many thousands of demigods named Bhrigus became manifested because of the obligations offered in the fire and the chanting of the hymns from the Yajurveda. Brahmanas like Bhrigu Muni were so powerful that they could create such powerful demigods simply by chanting the Vedic mantras. Vedic mantras are still available, but the chanters are not. But by chanting Vedic mantras, mantras or chanting the Gayatri or Rig mantra, one can attain the results he desires. In the present age of Kali, it is recommended by Lord Chaitanya that simply by chanting Hare Krishna, one can attain all perfection. 634. Tair Atya Tair Tairal Tair Alatya Yudhai Sarve Paramatma Saha Kuyakha Anyamana Disho Bihu Bijur Usad Brahmatejasa by them Alatha Ayudhaya with weapons of fire brands. Survey all Paramatma all survey all Paramatma the sorry Param Paramatha the ghosts Saha Guhyaka along with the Guhyakas Anyam An- Anyamana Anyamana by being attacked Desha in different directions Biju fled Ushad be glowing Brahma Tejasa by Brahminical power. Translation: when the Bhrigu demigods attack the ghosts and Kuyakshas with the upburned fuel from the yajna fire, all these attendants of Sati fled in different directions and disappeared. This was possible simply because of Brahma Tejasa, Brahminical power. Purport: the word Brahma Tejasa used in this verse is significant. In those days, Brahmanas were so powerful that simply by desiring and by chanting a Vedic mantra, they could accomplish a very wonderful effects. But in the present age of degradation, there are no such Brahmanas. According to the Panchatatrika system, in this age, the entire population is supposed to consist of Shudras because the Brahminical culture has been lost. But if anyone displays the sense of understanding Krishna consciousness, it should be accepted according to Vaishnavas and Smriti regulations as a prospective Brahmana and should be given all facilities to achieve the highest perfection. The most magnanimous gift of Lord Chaitanya is that the highest perfection of life is available in this fallen age if one simply adopts the process of chanting Hare Krishna, which is able to bring about the fulfillment of all activities in self-realization. Those end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the fourth canto, fourth chapter of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam entitled Sati with her body. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Wants to continue.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Remove. Hare Krishna Bang, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhu.
Krishna Bang, Prabhu, Dandar Pranam,
Hare
Jai
Krishna,
Shri
Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhu.
That number basis is all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Haribo.
So who are the ghosts and guhyakas?
They are the followers of the Shiva, I think so.
Yes, Prabhu. So Rubu demigods are from Brahmanas and the ghosts and guhyakas are the other side. But what are
Yes,
the
Prabhu, like
I forgot what these are.
they will, like Lord Shiva's servants, Prabhu. They were stopping to the Sati to come back to the Shiva. So they are the one who goes and maybe I think so. Does
What it means half burned fuel with half burned fuel? Was it mentioned in the purport? No.
of burned fuel. Maybe it is body is one.
Yes, Prabhu. I think soon Daksha's head will change.
Oh,
Who'd like to read next?
frustration. Okay, Prabhu, who wants to continue next?
Thank you so much, Sheikh Prabhu.
Thanks.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Krishna Tandar Pranam. Yes, Prabhu. Do you want to read?
Yeah, I can read, Prabhu.
I was trying to find the tune in my mind, but I couldn't find it.
Oh.
Being same
You
Prabhu,
can just
same tune Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu.
Bhavo Bhavanya Nidanam Prajapate, like that Prabhu.
Oh yes, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, like, do you want to try the Sanskrit? I'll continue the synonyms, or should I?
Yes, Siddharth Prabhu, you can read it. Siddharth, oh no, Siddharth Krishna Prabhu, you can read it. I mean,
Okay, bro. Maitre Vacha Bhavo Bhavanya Nidanam Prajapate Asat Kritaya Avagamya Narada Swaparshada Sainyam Chatad Advarad Ranarpudir Vidra Vitam Krodam Aparamadade. Maitre Vacha. You want me to go on? Yeah,
no,
Levan
Levan
Prabhu, continue. Yes,
can continue from this.
yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Maitreya Uvacha, Maitreya said, Bhavam, Lord Shiva, Bhavanyaha of Satim, Nirdanam, the death, Prajapatehe, because of Prajapati, Daksha, Asat Kritayaha, having been insulted, Avagamaya, hearing about, Naradat, from Narada, Svaparshada, saying Sva Svaparshada, Sainyam, the soldiers of his own associates, Cha and Tat Adavara, produced from his Daksha's sacrifice, Rishabhubihi, by the Rebus, is it Rebus? Rebus, sorry, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. It was
Okay. Vitam, were driven away, Krodam, anger, Aparam, unbounded, Ada Dehe, showed. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Maitreya said, when Lord Shiva heard from Narada that Sati, his wife, was now dead because of Prajapati Daksha's insults to her, and that his soldiers had been driven away by the Rebu demigods, he became greatly angry. Purport: Lord Shiva understood that Sati, being the youngest daughter of Daksha, could present the case of Lord Shiva's purity on purpose, and thus would be able to mitigate the misunderstanding between Daksha and himself. But such a compromise was not attained, and Sati was deliberately insulted by her father by not being received properly when she visited his house without being invited. Sati herself could have killed her father, Daksha, because she is the impersonified material energy and has immense power of immense power to kill and create within this material universe. In the Brahma Samhita, her strength is described. She is capable of creating and dissolving many universes. But although she is so powerful, she acts under the direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. As his shadow, it would not have been very difficult for Sati to punish her father. But she thought that since she was his daughter, it was not proper for her to kill him. Thus, she decided to give up her own body, which she had obtained from his, and Daksha did not even check her. When Sati passed away, giving up her body, the news was conveyed by Narada to Lord Shiva. Narada always carries the news of such events because he knows their import. When Lord Shiva heard that his chaste wife Sati was dead, he naturally became exceedingly angry. He also understood that Bhrigu Muni had created the Ribu Deva demigods by uttering the mantras of the Yajur Veda, and that these demigods had driven away all of his soldiers who were present in the arena of the sacrifice. Therefore, he wanted to reply to this insult, and thus he decided to kill Daksha because he was the cause of the death of Sati.
Was he told what Daksha was doing after?
Yeah, Daksha wasn't mentioned, before.
I was thinking, was he waiting? Because he knew that he's married to Shiva. I was thinking, was he scared, waiting for some retaliation, or like? But it is not mentioned.
Oh, that's not mentioned.
Yes, Prabhu. But I think maybe he was scared, because he knew that the ghosts and all those had just scattered. Of course, he knew that it's not over like this.
Mm.
So let's see what happens.
Oh, should I continue?
Yes, Prabhu.
Krudaha sudashta ushta putaha saduhur jatir jatam tadid vahini satogra rochisham utrakritya rudraha sahasotihitoho sahasotito Hassan Gambira Nado Visasarajatam Bhuvi Krudaha is it Krudaha or Krudaha? Very angry. Sudashta is it Sudashta Putaha? Pressing his lips with his teeth, Saha, he, Lord Shiva, Duhu Jati, having a cluster of hair on his head, Jatam, on hair, Tadat of electricity, Vahani of fire, Sata, a flame, Ukra, terrible, Rochi, Sham, blazing, Utkrityam, Utkritya, snatching, Rudra, Lord Shiva, Sahasa, at once, Uditaha, stood up, Hassan, laughing, Gambira, deep, Nadaha, sound, Visasraja, Visasraja, dashed, Tam, that, hair, Bhuvi, on the ground. Translation. Thus Lord Shiva, being extremely angry, pressed his lips with his teeth and immediately snatched from his head a strand of hair which blazed like electricity or fire. He stood up at once, laughing like a madman, and dashed the hair to the ground. Tatotika yastanuv spreshan divyam sahasra bahur gana gruk tri surya drik karala damstro Jvalat Agni Murdaha Jana Kapala Mani Vividahudayatayudaha. Tataha at this time, Atikayaha, a great personality, Virabhadra, Tanurva, with his body, Sparashan, touching Divam, the sky, Sahasra, 1,000, Bahu, arms, Ganaruk, of black color, three Surya Drak, as bright as three suns combined, Karala, Damstraha, having very fearful teeth, Jvalat Agni, like burning fire, Mudraha Jaha, having hair on his head, Kapala, Mali, garlanded with men's heads, Vividaha, various kinds, Udyata, is it praised? Is it you praised, or Ayudaha, equipped with weapons? Translation: a fearful black demon as high as the sky and as bright as three suns combined was thereby created. His teeth very fearful, and the hairs on his head like burning fire. He had thousands of arms equipped with various weapons, and he was garlanded with the heads of men. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
Trying to imagine it is very scary now.
Isn't it the same as Mahakali Prabhu? You remember he
It's
had like the garlands of
thousands of
head.
hits.
so what was there first? What there was the I forgot the name. Who is he fighting against? The Brahmana.
Daksha or
The
uh,
demigods. The Rubus. Yeah, the Rubus.
Rubu Deva.
Yes, Prabhu. Now Rubus are against this huge demon. Let's see what he says.
They killed Sati, yeah. Yes. Tam kim karo miti granatan aha badahan jalim bhagavan bhuta nataha daksham sa yagnam jahi mad batanam tvam agrani rudra batam makshakome. Bataksham, is it batam shakome? Synonyms: tam to him, Vira Badra. Kim, what? Karomi, shall I do? Iti, thus. Granantam, asking. Aha, ordered. Bada Anjalim, with folded hands. Bhagavan. Oh, Bhagavan, the possessor of all opulences. Lord Shiva, Buddha, Nataha, the Lord of the ghosts. Daksha, Prabhu, isn't it Bahir? Is it Bahirava? Isn't he the god of ghosts? And then, like, Lord Shiva is the god of all of them, like the control of ghosts. Isn't it
Yes,
Bahirava?
Prabhu.
Something. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Daksha. Sa Yagnam, along with his sacrifice, Jahi, kill, Madbatanam, of all my associates, Twam, you, Aragnihi, the chief, Rudra, O Rudra, Bata, O expect in battle, Amshakaha, born of my body, me, mine. Translation: when the gigantic demon asked with folded hands, what shall I do, my lord? Lord Shiva, who is known as Bhutanata, directly ordered, because you are born from my body, you are the chief of all my associates. Therefore, kill Daksha and his soldiers at the sacrifice. Purport. Here is the beginning of competition between Brahma Tejas and Shiva Tejas. Bhrigu Muni had created the Ribu demigods who had driven away the soldiers of Lord Shiva. stationed in the arena by his by his soldiers, had been driven away. He created the tall black demon Virabhadra to retaliate. So, Prabhu, when they create demons, do they use like elusive powers?
No, this was some real power, I think.
Okay,
Or
Prabhu.
like how you mean?
Sorry,
Sometimes
Prabhu.
there's
Yes.
there is some demons that can create illusory situations. There was even one that got Krishna seemingly illusioned. So sometimes they do these illusionary but these are like real demons that they are creating.
Okay, Prabhu. There is sometimes a competition between the mode of goodness and the mode of ignorance. That is the way of material existence. Even when one is situated in the mode of goodness, there is every possibility that his position will be mixed with or attacked by the modes of passion or ignorance. That is the law of material nature. Although pure goodness or Suddha Sattva is the basic principle in the spiritual world, pure manifestation of goodness is not possible in this material world. Pure manifestation of goodness is not possible in this material world. Thus, the struggle for existence between different material qualities is always present. This quarrel between Lord Shiva and Bhrigu centering around Prajapati Daksha, is the practical example of such competition between the different qualitative modes of material nature. Frustration of the sacrifice of Daksha.
So I was thinking, I think Lord Shiva is ignorance and goodness, and Daksha is passion.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, Agna Agya Agyapta Evam Kupitena Manyuna Sa Devam Parichakrame Vibhum Mene Tadatmanam Asanga Rahasa Mahiyasam Tata Sahi Shunum. Agnapta, being ordered. Is it Agnapta, Prabhu, or is it Agyaptaha? Agnaptaha, the first word.
Yes, Prabhu.
Agnyapata, Agnyapata, bro.
Agyapta, okay. Being ordered. Evam, in this manner. Kupitena, angry. Manyuna. Can you go to it, Prabhu? Manyuna is in Manyuna by Lord Shiva, who is angry personified. Saha, he, Virabhadra, Deva Devam, he who is worshipped by the demigods. Parichakrame, circumambulated, circumambulated, the boom, Lord Shiva. Mene considered Tada at the time Atmanam himself, Asangam Ram Hasa, with the power of Lord Shiva that cannot be opposed. Mahi Yasam, of the most powerful, Tata, my dear Vidura. Saha ha. Saha ha. Strength. Sahishnum, capable to cope with. Translation. Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, that black person was the personified anger of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he was prepared to execute the orders of Lord Shiva, thus considering himself capable of coping with any power offered against him. He circumambulated Lord Shiva. Anviyamanaha Sadu Rudra Parshad Dair. Basharam Barsham Nadabir Vyanadat Su Bahiravam Udayamya Shulam Ja, Jagad Antakantakam Sampradarat Goshanam Bhushanangirihi Bhushanangirihi Anviyamanaha being followed Sahahi Vira Bradra Tu Bat Rudra Pashadrahi by the soldiers of Lord Shiva Brasham tumultuously Nadabihi roaring Vyanadat sounded Subahiravam very fearful Udayamya carrying Shulam a trident Jagat Antaka death Antakam killing Sampradaravat hurried towards the sacrifice of Daksha, Goshana, roaring, Bhushana, Angirihi, with bangles on his legs. Many other soldiers of Lord Shiva followed the fiercely personified in a tumultuous uproar. He carried a great trident, fearful enough to kill even death, and on his legs he wore bangles which seemed to roar. Okay. Atar Divijo Yajamanaha Sada Sayaha Kakubi Udi Chayam Prasa Mikshaya Renum Damaha Kim Etat Kutaa Etat Rajo Bud Iti Divija Patnas Cha Taduyuhu. Synonyms at that time Jaha, the priest, Yanaha, the chief person. For a moment, Prabhu. Okay. The chief person performing, okay, wait, the priest, Yagnamanaha, the chief person performing the sacrifice, Daksha, Sadasyaha, all the persons assembled in the sacrificial arena, Kakubi, Udi Chayam, in the northern direction, Prasamikshaya, seeing, Renum, the dust storm, Tamaha, darkness, Kim, what, Etad des, Kutaha, from where, Etad des, Rajaha, dust, Abud, has come, Iti thus, Divijaha, the Brahmanas, Divija Patnyaha, the wives of the Brahmanas, Cha, and that you who began to speculate. Translation. At that time, all the persons assembled in the sacrificial arena, the priest, the chief of the sacrificial performance, and the Brahmanas and their wives, wondered where the darkness was coming from. Later, they could understand that it was a dust storm, and all of them were full of anxiety. Vadana Vanati Nahi Shanti Dashaya Vaha Prachina Barihi Jivati Hokra Dandaha Gavona Kalyanta Idam Kuto Rajo Loko Duhuna Kim Pralayaya kalpate, pralaya, ya, kalpate. Vataha, the winds, vanti, vanti, are not blowing, not he, because, is it Santi or Shanti? This word, Santi or Shanti? Semi Prabhu.
It is.
Right top corner.
Yeah, it's Santi with S.
Okay.
S like Sami.
Oh, Sami. Santi are possible. Das Yavaha, Planders, Prachina, Barhir, old kings, Bari Jivati is living. Ha still. Ukra Dandaha, who would sternly punish. Gavaha, the cows. Na Kalyante are not being driven. Idam, this. Kutaha, from where? Rajaha, dust. Lokaha, the planets. Aduna, now Kim is it. Pralayaya, for this solution. Kalpate, to be considered ready. Translation, conjecturing on the origin of the storm, they said, there is no wind blowing and there are no clouds passing, nor it is possible that this dust storm could be raised by plunderers, because still there is the strong king Barhi, who would punish them. Where is this dust storm blowing from? Is the dissolution of this planet now to occur? Purport. Specifically significant in this verse is Prachina Barhir Jivati. The king of that part of the land was known as Barhir. And although he was old, he was still living and he was a very strong ruler. Thus, there was no possibility of thieves and plunderers invading indirectly. It is stated here that thieves, plunderers, rogues, and unwanted population can exist only in a state or kingdom where there is no strong ruler. When in the name of justice thieves are allowed liberty, the state of king and disturbed by such plunderers and unwanted population, the dust storm created by the soldiers and assistants of Lord Shiva resembled the situation at the time of the dissolution of this world. When there is a need for the dissolution of the material creation, this function is conducted by Lord Shiva. Therefore, the situation now created by him resembled the dissolution of the cosmic manifestation. Yeah, Prabhu, someone else can continue, Prabhu.
Haribol, thank you so much, Lubang Prabhu.
Haribol, Prabhu, I need to be somewhere, Prabhu. Thank you for the
Yes,
association.
Prabhu. Thank you so much for reading so much. It was really nice.
Haribol.
So now
I'll
the
join
case.
again tomorrow.
Yes, Prabhu. I'll also start the reading session a little bit earlier tomorrow. Because today there was Tatvait Prabhu's lecture.
Yes, Prabhu. I was also watching the live.
Yes, Prabhu, it was really nice. And then there was the
I was actually
dream.
shocked when he was. Yeah, I was actually listening at Srila Prabhupada's dream
Yes, Prabhu.
when everybody was offering flowers.
I missed that, bro. What was the dream that he mentioned?
Actually, he was actually dreaming. I think he was dreaming about Srila Prabhupada. I think he was coming out of the temple. People were serving him, and then he had his video camera on. You know, he had nothing to give to like Prabhupada, and then Prabhupada went to him. It's like placed his hand on the head, and then it's like
No,
he said,
Prabhu, first.
"Do something."
Yeah, first he said, do something.
Oh, do
'Cause,
something. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, I was seeing it in my mind also when he was explaining. It was really nice.
Oh, yes, yes. Do
Oh,
something.
He was taking, because Prabhupada was
Thank you.
coming and everyone was there. He was taking video with his phone. He had his phone out. He was taking video
Yes,
of
yes, yes.
Prabhupada. Prabhupada was coming. Then and Prabhupada was passing him. He stopped and he turned at Tatvait Prabhupada. He looked at him and he said, do something.
Do something.
And then Tatvait
Yeah,
Prabhu looked
yeah.
around. He saw that everyone was like offering something to Prabhupada and he realized he's not offering anything. Then Prabhupada like passed. Then he went to somewhere, some place, some room or some elevator was there or something like this.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Srila Prabhupada
oh.
left the elevator, something like that, right? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
And
Then
actually, you
Tatvait
saw
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Tatvavit Prabhu was actually emotional when he was
Yes, Prabhu.
actually
Yeah.
This
This
yeah.
really happened, Prabhu. It
Haribol.
was, I could also see the happening when he explained it so clearly.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. And then he went to the elevator. The elevator was there, and he tried to offer something because he wanted to offer something. He had this feeling because he had
Yeah.
seen
And he
about
said
the
he
feeling.
and he said he never told anyone about it. It's like it
Yes,
was his
Prabhu.
first time.
Yeah, it was 2020. He said some 23
Yeah, in
February.
2020. Yes, Prabhu. No, I remember.
Oh, the before COVID, from
Yes,
2020.
Prabhu. Yeah, yeah. It was.
Oh,
He said just
July, like in
yeah.
July 26th.
He said he
oh,
just had just finished some long marathon of like video
Mm,
lecture series.
Foundation series. Yes,
93,
Oh,
Prabhu.
yes,
93 days.
Prabhu.
Yeah,
Continuous 93 days lectures. So
Haribol.
after that, COVID was uh, leaving.
Yes, Prabhu. Then you know what happened? Then the elevator came, and Tadai Prabhu tried to offer something. He didn't have anything. He looked at his head. He doesn't have anything, but he's trying to offer something. He's like, Prabhupada, please, like they take this, but he doesn't have anything there. Then what Prabhupada did, he like rubbed his shoe, and then he rubbed Tadai Prabhu's head. And I don't
Oh,
remember if he
yes,
said
yeah,
something.
yeah. I remember that. Yes,
Haribol.
it's
Wow. I'm going to watch the lecture today.
Yes,
oh, yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu. Semi Prabhu, I just wanted to ask: is this the Vivek I know, or is it the
Yes,
other one?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. We don't have other
Oh, is
Vivek.
it? Oh, the Vivek Haribol.
Yes,
See. Yes, Prabhu.
Vida is really.
Yes, Prabhu. How are you, Vivek Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm fine. How are you, Prabhu?
I'm doing good, Prabhu. Doing good. Got
Both.
nothing to complain about.
Yeah,
Haribo.
Ribu.
I can continue,
yes.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you so much. Okay, we will continue reading tomorrow when the snows, no, not snow, the sandstorm will approach.
Oh, yes. Where did we end off,
Yes,
Prabhu?
Prabhu, like that Sweet
Now
Prabhu
that,
was like at that time that Sweet Prabhu was always ranting about that only Prabhu in 5 minutes, I think, in session. It like Prabhu was became so emotionally like
yes, Prabhu.
it my body is something I don't know Prabhu, but after watching the live session like that, after
Yes,
hearing
Prabhu.
that something it feels also Prabhu. So like it is
Yes, Prabhu.
more
Today was
emotional.
like that. It was like the old lectures
Mm,
from like way before when
yeah,
here is pink
yes,
sky.
Prabhu.
Something is happening. Sky is
Pink
pink.
sky. Okay. Maybe demons are appearing, Prabhu. The black demons are coming.
Yes, Prabhu. It seems like the storm is coming. I
the
think this story.
yes,
So now what was happening? They were thinking why there is huge some sandstorm there, but there is no wind, there was no cows or anything. So they are like, why there's dust storm? They're confused, but they don't know it's the huge demon. They think the dissolution of planet is going to occur. Or then the Daksha's wife said, "This danger has been created by Daksha." They knew. Yeah, I was thinking previously, was Daksha waiting scaredly? So now the answer is here. I think it's coming. Even his wives knew. They knew that Daksha has created a huge danger. Hmm. Yeah,
Semi-Prabhu. Oh,
Yes, Prabhu.
have I asked you about the group, Prabhu? That I think it's you remember the ASKM devotee from Germany who was in
Yes, Prabhu.
Pondicherry.
Yeah,
He
Murali.
actually, you remember he created a group, Prabhu,
Yes,
that
Prabhu.
has all the bhajans. It's like it has the lectures. Are you still in that group, Prabhu?
That is it in WhatsApp?
No, it's in Telegram. It is actually, it's not a group for communication. It's just to download the bhajans and everything. He uploaded everything. It's like one group has 5 groups, something like that.
Yes, Prabhu, I've seen it. Did we stop in
I
this
was
verse?
actually wanted some. Sorry, Prabhu. I did not hear that, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Oh, oh, I was not. I was not aware that you were scrolling here. You don't have it, Prabhu. It's like Srila Prabhu. If you search, isn't it? Doesn't it appear? Srila Prabhupada. It has morning session sounds too.
How can I make it to show only groups? No, it's showing everything.
Oh, it's showing everything, right?
I'm
Because
thinking
I
when
remember,
was the last.
I think we were all in there. It has. You remember? There's this Tulasi. Namo Nama Tulasi Krishna Prayasi. You know that tune.
Yes,
Namo
Prabhu.
Nama
I'm thinking when
Radha
was.
Krishna. Because I remember he said actually someone else was helping him to upload more and more of the lectures inside that group.
Oh, the YouTube live is still going.
Of Tadvavit Prabhu.
Yeah, I think it's way before 2023. This is really old.
Yeah, I think it actually started last year. I think last year, maybe around, where would I put it? Around maybe not June, maybe September it was already there. Somewhere there. Oh, you have Sanchit Prabhu.
Where is? Here is Discord server. Oh, so many deleted accounts.
Oh, yes, Prabhu.
I at least know all the videos. No, I mean I have all the music, but I have seen the group. I don't think I
Oh,
left the
yes,
group. You should have it somewhere. Maybe
Yeah,
Pranjal Prabhu is
I'm
there.
actually dying to be, I'm actually dying to be in that group, Prabhu, because it has everything. Even when you search morning, like let's say maybe morning japa or something like, but a lot of text will appear. Because I forgot the name of the group. Total.
Yes, Prabhu. I think Pranjal Prabhu has it.
He has it.
Yes, he has every group.
Oh, yeah. Is he in here? Let me check if he's there.
I
Pranjal
have what?
Prabhu.
Oh, yes.
Are you in the group, Prabhu, that has Srila Prabhupada's knowledge and everything that was created by the IASKM devotee from Germany?
Here is one.
Oh, I think
Not this. No,
I'm
no.
not in that group.
Oh, yes, bro. And we were actually all in there. Like, not all, but then. And I think it was created before the Krishna Kitchen group during those times.
So is that deleted or what?
Like the group, I don't think it is, you know. I need to ask him actually directly.
What is this Hare Krishna Lika group one? Yes, Prabhu. It's somewhere there, hidden. Okay, now we need to go to six Astakam prayers.
Yes, yes, bro.
Oh, I don't have it. I need to
Oh, yes,
find
yes, bro.
the six Astakam document
Prayer.
again. No, it's
And
not even
Prabhu, actually that group has it's like it has a bhajan where Srila Prabhupada is doing Mangala Aarti like in order, you know. Everything was placed in order, that how do they do it, when do they sing Govinda and Adi Purusham, you know.
Hmm.
And it actually has a very rare Mangala Aarti song, you know, sang by Srila Prabhupada, which is actually amazing.
Yes, Prabhu. I think Murali Govinda Prabhu knows because he made the group.
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to find the PDF for the morning program.
Oh,
Where it is.
Epstein files, they took it.
Yes, Prabhu, it's gone. I deleted it accidentally. I'm trying to think where it is most quickly. It is the one that Jai Govinda Prabhu made.
All the Vaishnava songs through that one.
Yes, Prabhu. Have I
Oh, I
sent it
can
to
just.
you?
Oh, it's not. I'm unable to send the file due to admin restriction.
Can you send it in Telegram?
Yeah, I'll send it Telegram.
Oh, yeah, I found it. You can start.
Okay. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kaivarachandrika vitaranam vidya vadu jivanam anandam burdevardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatmasnapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Namnamaka Ribahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakalaha Eta Trishitava Kripan Bhagavan Mamapi Dorodaiva Matrishami Haichina Norakraha. Should I someone do them all, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, can continue. Now you have the
Okay.
third one.
Trinadapi Sunichana Daro Api Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Satta Hari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Jagadishakamaye Mama Janmani Sware Bhavata Bhakti Ahetoki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Ambishame Bhavam Buddho Kripaya Twavapada Pankaja Stitadule Satrisham Vichintaya Nayanam Galadasrudaraya Vadanam Gadgadarudaya Gira Pulakai Renachittam Pupakada Pravanamagrahane Bhavishyati Yugaitam Nimishena Chakshusha Pravishaitam Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virahe Name Asisleva Paratam Pinastumam Madarshanam Marmam Hatam Karotva Yata Tatava Vidatulan Pato Matprananatastu Sa Eva Narpanaha
Haribol. Thank you so much.
Ribul.
Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all our benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds of millions of names of Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, we have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree devoid of all sense of false prestige and ready to offer all respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Almighty Lord, I have no
Oh,
desire to kill. I can continue, Prabhu.
oh Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire to be fulfillment, nor do I want any number of followers, I only want to perform devotion service, both after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal savior, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet, of your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
Feeling
Oh,
yourself, oh Govind, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like tears or more tears are flowing from my eyes, it's like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Shishastakam ki jai. Lord
Jai,
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Bahu Janmana. Bahu Janma Kare Yada Shravana Kirtana Tabutana Paya Krishna Pade Prema Dana. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of Godhead. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The offenses against the chanting of the holy name are as follows. The first offense, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Second offense, to consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master or thinking him as an ordinary person. Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Sixth offense, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. Ninth offense, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. To not have, oh, sorry. Is it okay? 10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Vanchaka. Oh, I offer, is it okay? I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desire of everyone, just like desire trees. and they are full of compassion for the fallen souls. Vanchakalpatarupyascha kripa sindhubhascha
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for the association. And with Nam Krishna Prabhupada. Very well.
Thank you so much for association, Prabhu. For glories to Krishna Prabhupada. Be nice to
Prabhu.
devotees here. Prabhu. See you again tomorrow, Prabhu.